It's that time once again, everybody! Welcome back to the Steam Summer Sale. As always, you can find all kinds of cool things you didn't know you wanted or needed, such as Helldivers 2 for only $31.99. If you're the kind of pervert who's into the Kerbal Space Program, that's only $3.99 now. Do you have no other hobbies or free time? Then check out Slay the Spire, only $6.24. And instead of paying $3.99 for Disco Elysium The Final Cut, you can pirate it. Let's take a peek at what I've got on my card. I've got a couple cool things in here. Yeah, let's see here. Viscera Cleanup Detail. That's a recommendation from a friend. I'm looking at Soul Calibur 6. That should be fun. Of course, I've got Senran Kagura in here as well. And, you know, 10 copies of Drink More Glurp. Because as we all know, one copy of Glurp is not enough. You gotta drink more. But I know why you're all here. Well, aside from, you know, it's not even out yet. It can't even be on sale. Man, this sucks. Anyway, enough of that. Let's actually get to some games, shall we? You know it's go time. Now, we're doing things a little differently this year. I took into account some of the comments that I got on the video that I did for this last year. And I'm going to keep it a little more short. First of all, you don't need me to tell you to buy any of the new games. You don't need me to tell you how cheap Street Fighter 6 is, how cheap Guilty Gear Strive is, how cheap Tekken is. But I'm going to anyway. You can right now purchase Guilty Gear Strive for $19.99. And the highest, like, price point version of it is $71.99. Tekken 8, the lowest price point that you can get it at is $29.99, and I believe the highest point was around $70. So you can get both of these games on sale right now on Steam for anywhere between $20 to $72 for Strive, and then $30 to, I think, like $80 something for Tekken. Street Fighter 6, unfortunately, is not on sale at the moment, but it did just have a price drop. So the base price for Street Fighter 6 is $40, and then the version with the Season 1 and 2 passes is $60. So you can get in on these for much cheaper than you would normally. But that's not what we're here for today. The other thing that I'm taking into account from last year is just the amount of, like, random shit that I found on sale on Steam. And while it was very fun exploring some of those games, one, I had never heard of, and two, the other ones that I had heard of I had never experienced, they just, not a whole lot of people are experiencing those games. Like, they're very much a Kusoge that you find maybe 4 people playing at a local somewhere in the middle of Seattle, right? Like, those were not very popular games. That's not trying to, like, take away from them or anything. It's just that they don't have a very large player base. And I wanted to rectify that a little bit today. Starting with Guilty Gear ggxxacpr plus R. Plus R, I think, makes the most sense to do for something like this for 2 reasons. One, Plus R is one of the most popular legacy games. You can find people playing this game all the time. Maybe not always on, like, through the matchmaking or in rooms, but this is one of the most popular Discord fighters in existence at the moment. You can find basically any fighting game server will likely have people playing Plus R and stuff for you to get games for Plus R. And the second reason that leans into that is because Plus R is dirt cheap constantly. You can currently get this game on sale for the Steam Summer Sale. So through July 10th, you can get this game for $3.74. And oftentimes, it is around that. So the normal price for it is $15. You can usually find it on a sale sometime for this price. This is the lowest point it's going to get for a long time, though. The summer sale and the winter sale are about where Plus R hits, like, the lowest price point for it. So if you're going to get in on this game, I recommend doing it now. And here's why. Plus R is one of the... It's like the classic Guilty Gear game, right? Like, this is like, obviously the series started with Guilty Gear 1. This is where the game actually started to have, like, mechanics. So I want to show off some of the stuff that you can do with my girl bike in here. And we're going to go over why you should play Plus R. Plus R is one of the easiest games to get into, while being simultaneously one of the hardest games to master. So Plus R has moves that just combo into anything. So I'm going to start with Biken's basic confirm. So it's 2K and the close slash, and then you can go 2K close slash 2D, and then from there you can also go 2K close slash, oops, 2K close slash 2D, and then Tatami if I can ever land it. And then that can lead to a ton of stuff. This whole game is built around doing very low damage. Like this combo does not do a whole lot. That 4-hit combo did maybe 12% of Soul's HP, right? And Soul has a pretty high HP in this game. The point of this game is to do crazy shit that does not exist in later games. Another perk to this game is that it's one of the few that still has instant kills in it. Strive players have really never experienced these before. And it's one of the funniest ways to cheese out a win in casual games. If you are just getting into Plus R, more likely than not, you will just randomly land this. This is also a game where you can combo into them. I don't know exactly how to do it. I'll see if I can't figure it out here. So I wonder, so you activate it by pressing all 4 of the attack buttons. You can also deactivate it by doing the same thing. So if I go... Nope, that wasn't it. That didn't combo. Okay. Let me see if I can figure this out. So I never figured out how to combo into IKs. I sat here for maybe 10 minutes trying to look stuff up. I couldn't figure it out. One thing I did find out though is that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it correctly, because it's a different input, but it's still here. Oh my god, no, I did it a few times. Oh my god, no, come on. You can't do it. I'm not very good at it yet, because it's a DP input actually in this game. Yozansen is. But you can still TK Yozansen for instant overheads. I think that's very cool. I have not, as many of you may know, I'm not actually super experienced with this game. I've played it a few times. I have maybe 30 total minutes in the game before doing any of this stuff. But I really appreciate what this game has done. I love a lot of the looks for the characters in this game, and the sprite work is incredible. Just look at how this game is animated. It's beautiful. It's also where we got a bunch of bangers. But it's a beautiful game that kind of started like Guilty Gear being one of the best like fighting game series in existence. And I really hope that some of y'all can like get some appreciation out of it. And someday, I hope to play y'all in one of these. But that's enough about Guilty Gear. Let's move on to a different anime game. Oh no, it's capturing like shit. Oh god.
Please select your character.
Okay, I have it working in full screen now. So, this is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Some of you might know this game. The rest of you are probably... were probably born after 2010. bbtag had kind of an unfortunate fate. It released at the very end of 2019. So, you know, maybe 4 or 5 months right before the world ended. And it had a bit of an uphill battle. This was kind of the last BlazBlue game if you want to call it that had released since Central Fiction, and we have not heard word nor hair of it since. So people kind of hate this game for multiple reasons. Like, BlazBlue fans hate it because they think it killed BlazBlue. Tag fans hate it because it's not Marvel. But this game has a lot going on, and I kind of want to show that off. There's a lot of fun happening here. So as you can see here, when they say bbtag, they mean BlazBlue, obviously. Most of the classic cast is here, along with most of, like, a lot of the other ArcSys games that are not Guilty Gear. So Persona 4 Arena, the entire cast is here. A whole bunch of the Under Night 1 characters are on this roster. And then we get to the weird ones. So the entire, like, the main 5 of Ruby are here for some reason. Poor Ruby. Poor Ruby. They really did something with that series. And then we have what is labeled the Arcana Heart, like, group, but it's actually Arcana Heart, Senran Kagura, and then Akatsuki Blitzkampf. So we have, obviously, I Know Heart. We have Yumi from Senran Kagura. We have Akatsuki and Blitztank. These guys you almost never see, aside from Yumi, and we'll get to that in a moment. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle has a very fun art style. It's kind of like the old school, like, pixel art, because Ragna's sprite here is literally just his Central Fiction sprite, which I find kind of funny. And then, you know, you have Mai's as well. Like, these are just, like, these are, if I'm not mistaken, these are literally just their Central Fiction arts. Like, it's just their sprite work from Central Fiction. So, like, it's a good use of resources, but man, it kind of clashes with the new characters. Not that this game is unique for that or anything. Have you looked at Morrigan and any of the other 2D Capcom games? Whew! bbtag is something you kind of look at as more of a, like, a historic time capsule for where ArcSys was in 2019. They were in between Rev 2 and developing Strive. And they had a whole bunch of stuff that they wanted to use, such as BlazBlue, such as the Persona 4 cast, as long as the help from French Bread with Uni. And then they had the licensing for Ruby and a couple other things. And they were like, well, why don't we make a tag fighter? And I think it made a very, very sleek and fun tag fighter. It's just unfortunate that in 2019, things just weren't looking good for it. Dragon Ball was still kind of everywhere in the tag space. And the netcode was still pretty bad for a lot of fighting games. So this game, while I think a lot of people look forward to it, just kind of died on arrival. But that doesn't mean that it's not still being played today. bbtag is another Discord fighter. You're gonna have to look around for people playing this game, but you will find them. People fucking love this game. This game is adored by a very niche but very passionate community. It's not as big as Plus are, but you're going to find it because people love their tag fighters, especially with BlazBlue. People love their tag fighters, and people love BlazBlue, so you're going to find them. Okay, y'all, I'm going to show you some of the fun that you can do in this game. So my main character is Mai. I'm going to show you a very basic confirm that you can do with Mai. That's pretty easy, at least for, like, tag fighter standards, right? That did, let me see here. Well, shoot. That did about 40% off of, like, a normal hit confirm. Like, that's pretty good damage for a tag fighter. But you also have your partner who can do very similar things. You have 2 characters to manage in this game, and because this is an anime tag fighter, we are flying high, baby. A special mechanic to this game is force function. So if I do the same starter that I did, so it's 5A, 5A, 2B, right? Which gives me a launcher. I go 5A, 5A, 2B, I hit force function, that carries my opponent all the way to the wall. At least for mine. Force function is a pretty unique mechanic. It's literally just a button. Like, you can map it to whatever you want. And then, like, you can spend it once a round. It's very, very fun. This is also one of the games where you can combo off of throws. I don't know, like, any big combos off of them. But you can do it, and some people can do some nasty things with this. One thing you have to be slightly wary of is if you press throw, your character will just start running at your opponent. You do have to be pretty careful about using it at this game. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot more risk to using throw in bbtag than normal fighting games. One last feature about this game that's really good for new players is that it has a bit of BlazBlue's simple controls and Street Fighter 6's modern controls. So if I press forward and A, and I hold it as like a Gatling, it'll automatically summon your assist and spend a bar, which will then swap to your other character. And you can do this with both of them. So if I do that, then I just swap to mine. It's a very, very, like, beginner-friendly game. And again, it just didn't take off. I wish more people would play this game. I think it's very cool. I have a hard time getting other people to play it just because if people want to play a tag fighter, they're looking to play Marvel or they're looking to play Dragon Ball. And I'm hoping more people will put their eyes on this one because of this. But we're not done with tag fighters. We've got just one more. You know,
Capcom presents Marvel Comics.
people always ask, when's Marvel?
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Well, how about now?
Welcome to the world of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The world's greatest heroes are all here. Lay claim to your glorious victory.
Thank you for that. Now, I've never actually played Marvel. This will be my first time playing a Marvel game. I have no idea what I want to be doing. I don't even know what characters play like or what's even good. But so I'm just gonna kind of pick some girls and we're gonna go from there.
Are you sure you are up to this?
I have no idea if I'm up to this, Storm. Not a clue.
Here comes the Spider-Man.
It's do or die. Fight! Maximum!
Yeah, I have no... So, I have no clue how to do anything in this game. Okay, so you kind of just get to... Oh my god.
Cool!
Oh? Oh, I have... Oh, she's so slow.
Crossover attack! Awesome!
So that spends a bar. Alright, so it's actually really easy to do a level 1 super. How do I do a level 3? That's a level 3. Okay. So level 3 is... I don't know what these actual buttons are. I'm guessing it's like light and heavy? Oh no, it's just 2 attack buttons. Okay. So, quarter circle forward plus your attack is, plus 2 attack buttons is level 1. Doing it backwards is level 3. That's fun. And I think I have a level 2. I think that's what that said.
Beautiful!
That looked like level 2 to me. Whoa!
Crossover attack! Cool! Crossover attack!
Oh, you can just kind of do anything in this game, huh? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Crossover attack! Maximum!
I have no idea how anything works. Oh!
Amazing!
Oh my god. Okay.
Yes!
Okay, so Hisenko actually performs just like she does in Darkstalkers. Like, exactly the same stuff. Like, when you dash, she kind of teleports forward, and she's very slow. Very slow, but has, like, disgusting reach. God, that's cool. Okay. I did not mean to press that.
Amazing.
Oh, okay, so she gets the one that fires up, and then the slow one that, like, restores health, I think? I think that's what that one does. Okay, cool. Again, I've never played Marvel. This is kind of new for me. I don't feel like I need to say anything about what's happening in Marvel. You can pick this game up for, I think it was $7.50. Between $7.50 and $8, you can pick up Marvel 3. And there's a reason that this is, like, such a big deal that they're doing Marvel Tokon. Because Ultimate Marvel 3 was, like, the versus game forever. Like, it's a massive deal that Arxis is getting their hands on the Marvel IP and doing a tag fighter. Because this is the legacy that Capcom left with tag fighters. Like, Marvel 2, I think, kind of like opened the door for tag fighters. This is the game that solidified them being big in the FGC. This is what solidified the big, flashy, crazy big, like mix-ups and huge dumb combos that spend all your meter and do crazy shit. Like, this solidified versus games as being part of the FGC. So I don't feel like, and again, it's not my place to say, because I don't have nearly any experience with Marvel. Like, this is the first time I've booted this game up. I've played Dragon Ball quite a bit. Like I've said, I've played a shit ton of Dragon Ball. I've played some bbtag, but I've never played Marvel. I bought Marvel for I bought Marvel for the Steam sale last year for myself, and then never got around to it just because I was so busy with other stuff. And I feel bad that I missed out, because I could have been playing this game with my friend Havoc. Like, there's so many people that are big in Marvel, and I just have never experienced it. And I feel like I need to change that. So there will be more Marvel on the channel here. I don't know how soon, but this year there will be more Marvel. I can guarantee that. I don't think I have much else to say this time around. I wanted to showcase some games that were a little more known than the ones that I did last year, but to make a point that you can still find games that are played a ton. Games like BlazBlue, games like Guilty Gear Plus R, games like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 at a very, very, very reasonable price point. Times are tough. A lot of us are going through it at this point in time. And I want to spotlight something for the FGC, because this is the fighting game community. We are here to uplift each other and to show each other that, hey, we can all do this. We can get through this together, right? And what better way to do that than by fighting? It sounds dumb. It sounds silly. But this is how we communicate, is with these games. You don't need me to tell you that the big three are on sale. You don't need to know about those games, because they're like the main topic of the space at the moment. I like to spotlight smaller games with smaller but with extremely passionate communities, because those are the people you want to look for. Street Fighter 6 is going to come and go. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Guilty Gear Plus R, those are going to be here for a damn long time. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you feel like supporting me, helping me buy more fighting games at a very cheap price, you can support me on Patreon at the link below. I would like to ask you guys to like and subscribe, and please have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the Steam Summer Sale, and I'll see you next week for Phoenix Wright. Bye, everybody.